What's up guys? Welcome to my channel, and if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. I'm Josh Bailey, and you probably clicked on this video because of the title, my daily goal of how I reach 200 grams of protein. What you guys are thinking is true. Yeah, you need a lot of protein to build muscle, but you need protein for other stuff as well. I'm gonna go through this video so you guys know a lot more about protein than what you already know, and I'm just gonna give you the ins and outs of why it's important and why you need it and how it's gonna help you achieve the look that you're going for. Let's get started. All right, so guys, you know what time it is. I got the laptop out, so it's time to learn. All right, make sure you turn this up so you can hear everything I'm saying. I did a little bit of research before bringing this video to you. I just wanted to make sure you have a clear understanding of what protein actually is, okay? First of all, it's a macronutrient. A lot of you guys know protein is one of the most important macronutrients, along with the others are also important, but I would say this is number one. What do protein actually do for the body? Protein is an important part of a healthy diet. Proteins are made up of chemical building blocks called amino acids. So when you guys are, doing aminos and stuff like that, this is gonna help repair the muscles so that they can continue to grow, right, once you tear them. Your body uses amino acids to build and repair muscles and bones and to make your hormones and enzymes. They can also be used as an energy source. Protein can even aid in weight loss. Researchers have found that consuming more protein also makes you feel full. So when it comes to protein for me, I just feel like my metabolism is so fast that protein doesn't always make me feel full. But if you're trying to really lose weight, you'll feel the difference that protein will help you feel a little bit more full. But when you're trying to gain weight, protein doesn't always do the same thing. You need more carbs, fats included with that. How much protein does a normal person intake? Most people are deficient when it comes to protein. Research says the amount of protein the average person needs is about 0.8 of protein per kilogram of body weight per day. So if I was to do 0.8 and you weighed 70 kilos, and I know a lot of you don't use kilos, but I'm gonna show you how to calculate that. You would do 70 kilos times 0.8, and that would come out to 56 grams of protein. Now that's in the day's average. That's what the normal American takes, right? If you go out to any restaurant, you're always gonna see, you're gonna have more carbs and fat and protein. That's a problem. That's why you should always cook your food at home. If you are containing that little bit amount of protein, that means you're deficient. Your goal of protein should be to get 30 grams per meal, right? 30 grams of protein per meal is not that hard to get, but it needs to be prioritized. Now, how much do you actually need to build muscle? This is a big one, right? This is the stuff a lot of people want to know because it varies so much that a lot of people get the calculations wrong. So let me break this down to you. I'm 220 pounds. If I was trying to get my protein goal to build muscle, right, that's different than the daily average that you need. The daily average, again, I said is around 0.8, and I would go up in between 1.2, okay? If you want to build muscle, you need to be in between 1.2 to maybe 2 grams of protein per pound of body weight. So let me give you an idea. I'm 220 pounds. In kilos, if you want to find your weight in kilos, that's 2.205. You would do 220 divided by 2.205. What you would get out of that is 99.77, right? That's how much I weigh in kilos. From there, you times 2.0. That's the amount of grams of protein that you need. You do your weight in kilos. My weight is 99.77 times 2.0. I will get that number, it will come out to 199.5. That's how many grams of protein I need, right at 200. And I'm gonna show you guys how I get exactly just that in a few minutes. Here's another question. What happens if you eat too much protein? I took a journey, really tracking my food, making sure I was hitting my protein, hitting my carbs, all the macros were just on point. And what happened was I started to gain weight, right? So if you overeat on protein, you actually gain weight, which can potentially, can lead to actually gaining fat. You might not look fat, but you'll start to gain weight, which means you're consuming too many calories, right? The problem with having too much protein, especially when it comes to having protein shakes, it can also affect your liver and kidneys, right? These are now substances. This is not natural sources of food, right? And then what happens is when you have too much protein and you're not actually feeding your body better enzymes to break that food down, like that digestive enzymes, your body's gonna start to feel it. You're gonna start to get constipated. You might get headaches, migraines, you might have bad breath, all type of stuff like this are side effects of too much protein. Although it's very important, you don't want to overdo it. So one of the solutions I did, I start paying attention to how much food I actually need, not just measuring. Like I measure, so if I measure a cup of chicken, I know I'm getting around 30 grams or so per serving, right? So if I know that, all I gotta do is do that each meal, and I don't have to, I don't have to overeat, right? You don't have to live like a robot, but you can actually think about this stuff. I'm gonna show you how many eggs I do, guys. I do the same thing, almost the same routine almost every day. I happen to lose more weight and look better when I stop tracking so much. You just have to have an idea and actually stop living like a robot and eat like a human. Eat for overall health, not just building muscles. Best sources of protein that you can have. I'm not big on vegan meals, I'm not big on vegetarian stuff. So I mean, in this video here, I'm not gonna give you guys those type of sources, but you guys know lean meats are the best, right? I'm gonna give you some examples. You got chicken breasts, chicken thighs, eggs, salmon. You got pork. I would do more of a lean pork for sure. Pork chop or something. Shellfish, white fish, you got lamb, beef, Greek yogurt, and this is where protein powders also come into play. But like I said before, you don't want to try to get so much protein from powder. Try to get it from these type of lean meats. So I'm gonna show you guys how I add all of these in my diet in a single day. All right guys, so we starting with breakfast. Now let me tell you something. I used to plan my day around doing, getting my meals in. I was trying to get 6 meals, but then I figured out, what am I doing that for, right? I don't have time to plan my meals around food. So I get a good 4 meals in, and that's probably something I've been doing for years. After I, got the concept of living for health, not just for muscle. So what I start with, my breakfast non-negotiable is 6 to 7 eggs. I'm doing 1 to 2 whole eggs, 5 egg whites, which is gonna come out to, do the math. Yeah, you do 7 times 6, right? You get 6 grams of protein per egg. 7 times 6, you're gonna get around 42. If I do 6, it's a little bit less. So, guys, that's what we start at. I usually have some yogurt. 1 serving this yogurt. This is Greek yogurt, not just any yogurt. Yeah, all yogurt is good, but Greek yogurt is super high in protein. 16 grams, including with the egg. We're already in the upper 50. This is a big deal. This is also good for a snack if you don't want to eat it with breakfast. Now, what I do, these are my toppings for my yogurt. Chia seeds, super nutritious. 2 servings of this gives you 6 grams of protein. I usually do around 1, so talking around 3 or 4. I add berries, antioxidants. I got blueberries and strawberries right here, which is great when you're talking about hydration and a brain food and just getting your blood, getting everything good for your blood and these type of things. And then we have almonds. I don't always do so many. I just grab a little bit, sprinkle them in there, but serving size of this is 6 grams of protein in itself. And I also have some carbs. Maybe I have a bagel or some toast, like something light with this much food. So right here with this meal, it's putting me around 70 to 80 grams of protein with my first meal of the day. Now it's time for lunch. And like I told you, if you're using this, you don't live by the scale no more. I want you guys to understand how to eat without living like a robot. This is what I eat for lunch usually. I got my chicken, got my broccoli or something green, and then I have some rice. This is usually the basis of how I do most of my stuff. So the chicken breast, I don't have 2 chicken breasts. I have usually a cup or 2. 4 ounces of chicken breast comes out to 35 grams of protein. So if I'm doing 2 cups, I'm getting a good, actually 1 cup is like 5 grams and a half. So guys, you see I'm already up there. If I do 2 cups, cup and a half, I'm around 50 grams, 60 grams. Now, broccoli. I don't know if you guys know much about broccoli, but it's one of the highest vegetables in protein. I'm gonna have me a good amount of broccoli. I love broccoli and I love veggies. I'm not adding veggies. I mean, your digestion might be off somewhere. You know why you can't use the bathroom. And I have on my rice. You guys hear me talk about rice a lot, but I believe it's one of the simple carbs, and this is something like a pre-workout meal for me. I'm having 3-hour gaps between my meals, and the rice is a simple carb, digest, give me a pump, give me good energy, and like I said, it's always there and easy to make, so this is my lunch. And if you're talking adding all this up, again, I'm around 70, 80 grams of protein in this meal alone. We're almost at like 140, right? And we're halfway through. This is my second meal, and now we're on to my post-workout. All right, let me show you what I do there. Now, time for the post-workout. This is one of my favorites. I can't lie. I love a good shake every day, right? This is a protein shake. Can't tell you the flavor. I'm not working with any brand right now, but I'm gonna give you, what you should be looking for in your protein. What you want is an organic protein with limited ingredients. My protein, has 20 grams of protein per serving. So I do 2 scoops, which is 40 grams of protein. Now on top of that, I got my PB Fit. I love peanut butter. If you guys are having a regular peanut butter, which is a little bit higher in fat, to be honest with you, you want to cut down on some body fat, you might want to switch to this powdered peanut butter. This has 8 grams of protein per serving, which is 2 tablespoons for me. So now we're looking at almost 50 grams of protein in this alone, right? So if we calculate from where I was around 140, 150. I'm right at 180. You know, I'm in the ballpark. I can't think of all of what I'm talking about exactly, but the numbers, I'm like 20 to 30 grams away from hitting my daily protein goal. So always have a shake, banana, blueberries, you know, sometimes spinach if I feel like I didn't get enough vegetables in that day. You know, I put it in there, or just, like I said, simple plain. But I always have a banana in this smoothie right here. So this is meal number 3, right? I don't know if it's a meal, but you're gonna feel full off it. So it can go in the snack category, you can put it in the meal category, but I only have 1 shake. One thing I want to talk about before we transition is not loading up all your protein with protein powder, right? When I talked in the beginning about protein damaging your liver and kidneys, it actually comes from taking in too many supplements, right? You want natural protein. That's why, you know, 1 a day is good, but I remember I was in college, I had a coach who would always tell me, you don't need that stuff, you don't need that stuff. He really pushed me to eating more natural foods, which, you know, I still remember to this day when I think about, you know, taking too many supplements. So, because I believe 1 shake is good. If you don't have to, don't. But if you need to, I believe 1 a day, not 2, not 3. Don't do that, right? It's gonna have some side effects somewhere later in life. So number 3, my protein shake. Before I show you guys my last meal, I want you to write down in the comments which meal of the day is your favorite. In particular, not what I just showed you, yours. Is it breakfast, lunch, dinner? Do you have a good snack that you want? Like, I just want to know, because you guys might have some, you know, some stuff that I need to try out. So write something in the comments, let me know what you think, but I'm gonna show you dinner right now. I have my last meal today, super high in protein still. I got ground turkey, sweet potato, asparagus, and I'm telling you, if you haven't tried pecans on your sweet potato, you gotta try this, right? This makes sweet potato go from like a 7 to a 10. So this is what I have. I usually prep at least 2 of my meals. It's either gonna be lunch, you know, one of them I like fresh, so if I want something different for lunch, I'll make that. But if I want some dinner that's different, I usually make that fresher than anything else. So man, this is ground turkey, 2 cups, 1.5 cups. It's gonna give me around 46 grams of protein. I already hit my goal, right? I'm at 200 or a little bit over. That's already game changer right there. I have the asparagus, I have the sweet potato. Like I said, I throw the pecans on it. And look, out of 4 meals, I already hit 200 grams of protein and a little bit more. It's as simple as that. Doesn't have to be complicated, doesn't have to be a lot of supplements. All you have to do is cook your food. Budget yourself so that you can actually get the amount of protein you need, and just know that if you stay on track, this is the best way to get the results, by making sure you hit your protein goals every single day. Now that you guys saw my meals, I have one more reminder that I gotta tell you about. Eat fruits and stuff that help you break down these proteins, right? They don't just do it by themselves. If you find yourself constipated, it's because you're doing too much of something. So that could be protein, that could be not having, you know, the right amount of vegetables and fruits and enzymes going in your system to help you remove the waste from yesterday, okay? Don't think you're gonna just keep adding food on top of food. You actually have to get a good digestive process going so that you can continue to hit your goals. Otherwise, you're not gonna feel good. So guys, kiwis, you got mangoes, you have pineapples, you have all these different type, blueberries, grape. You have, like, do some research on what you could do, but you definitely want to add these things into your diet. So you guys know how important protein is, right? Make sure you hit it. You just got an example. Some of you saw all of this and you still don't understand. This is where I come into play with my coaching, where I help you with the workouts, the nutrition, that, you know, some of this stuff is just not easy to understand. And I get it. And like I said, I'm here to help you guys. So I'll put a link in the description below where you can sign up for the application of my coaching program, and we'll see if we're a good fit for each other. So guys, you're here with Josh Bailey. Like I said, don't forget, like, share, subscribe. I'm gonna keep bringing you these videos, all right? Leave me some comments, let me know what you think. Let me know what you want me to cover next time, and just keep coming back, because I'm gonna keep bringing you these videos that's gonna help you in the long run, all right? See you next time.